Alright guys, name is Tyler aka Nanogenics, and today we are doing our Before You Summon for the brand new physical Android 17 as well as the strength Android 21, the free-to-play Android 21, the intelligence one, and then the tech Android 16. Now, before I actually hop into today's Before You Summon, I have to address the sort of elephant in the room right now. That is no Super Saiyan Blue evolution of Vegeta. He got pushed back, of course, for the amazing festivities that went on last month that both JP and Global celebrated all at the same time. And as getting pushed back once more, I have to assume they are releasing all of this right now because it is Fighters related. Fighters just launched the Android 17 last week. So I have to imagine all that is sort of correlated and, of course, on purpose. So hopefully Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta is the next Dokkan Festival unit that releases either later this month or at the beginning of November. And the only thing I could see pushing it back again would be maybe the release of the Dokkan Festival hit. However, it took them about 5.5 months to forever finally get us the LR Vegito Blue, so I would have to imagine, or the base form of the LR Vegito Blue, I have to imagine that we won't see Dokkan Festival hit for at least a little while longer. So with that said, let's hop into our actual Before You Summon. What is it Before You Summon? It is sort of trying to compile all the information you could possibly need about the new sort of event, festivities, and all of that into one quick sort of video. I say quick, sometimes they get a little bit drawn out. It's because I like to talk a little bit. But we talk about the character, we talk about the banner, we talk about the event itself you have to take on, and then we discuss, also a new addition that started a couple sort of Before You Summons ago. Is there a free-to-play super attack grind that you can do? And then last but not least, we talk about team building, which we'll talk about a little bit more, even interwoven in there while we talk about 17 as well. So with all that said, we have a lot to cover today. Let's begin with the physical Android 17. He and Android 21 bring the Android category to the global side of the game. And physical Android 17 is the Android category, Ki plus 3, HP and attack plus 170%, defense plus 130%, super physical type Ki plus 3, HP attack and defense plus 90%. His super attack is Grand Explode, causes immense damage to enemy and lowers attack and defense. Why that is so good is because he is undeniably LR Goku and Frieza's best friend. Now, the other one, of course, everyone talks about is Tech Tien, but the thing with the Android 17 is that he's getting the full 177% boost from the Representatives Universe 7 leader ability that I think with his damage and his passive ability and his super attack actually lowering attack and his links and everything else edges him up a little bit maybe above the Tech Tien. Just a smidge. Just a smidge. However, there could be arguments for the Tech Tien as well. Either way, if you have LR Goku and Frieza with Tech Tien or Android 17, you're winning, right? You're winning. Anyways, this guy's passive ability is attack plus 120% when performing a super attack. All allies Ki plus 3 and defense plus 60% and damage received minus 40% when HP is 77% or below. Link skills on this guy are Android Assault, Twin Terrors, Infinite Energy, Rival, Duo, Shocking Speed, Tournament of Power, and Fierce Battle. So this guy links up so incredibly well with the LR Goku and Frieza. All four of those last links he does share with them. One of them, very importantly, being Rival Duo, which a refresher on that is attack plus 10% and attack enemies defense minus 15%. This guy fits onto the Androids Universe Valve Saga and Representatives Universe 7 categories. He's awesome. He is absolutely fantastic. He brings so much to any team that you're able to fit him on. Of course, the categories. He also has an argument to fit on some categories that boost physical type as well because of his passive ability, all allies Ki plus 3 and defense plus 60%. Even if he doesn't link well, which he has a very common sort of Ki link, Shocking Speed, he also has First Battle. Even if he doesn't link well, he's still bringing the rest of the units on that rotation plus 3 Ki. So you're going to be sitting at 9 Ki already before any links or anything. That's what makes him so good. The other thing too, he's strong. Right, like generally speaking, he's kind of sort of like the super type of Rose. Rose fits onto so many teams, even teams that you wouldn't really expect him to fit on, just because he's so strong for extreme allies. This guy, which this is all allies. This isn't sort of just super or extreme. This is all allies. Anyone on his team is getting this Ki plus 3 and defense plus 60%. That's what makes him so good. He's such a fantastic unit. Now, his super attack can be raised from the Intelligence Android 17 you're seeing on your screen there that you can farm from the Universe Valve Saga story event. Now, it is also worth noting that this goes away, I think, the day this video goes live on my channel, but it will obviously come back. B, it could come back sooner than later because of this right here. And C, it's a very easy farm because you have boosts you can run that you can get that to drop even more. It's a very quick, easy farm to super attack 10 on him. It's great. Hopefully, a lot of you guys are able to farm that beforehand. It kind of sucks that my Before You Summon is coming out now, but it is worth noting he has a free-to-play farm, and it is totally worth. Now then, moving into the actual Android 21 here, she is also, which is so great that they offered on this banner, which we're about to talk about in a second, 2 Android category leads that you can pull from. And this one isn't Dokkan Festival exclusive. She is just a standard unit you can get in the SSR pool later on. But she's also Android's category Ki plus 3, HP attack defense plus 150%, so she's more leveled out versus that 170, 170, 130. She's kind of that 150 on the in-between. Her super attack is Photon Wave with causes immense damage to enemy and recovers 10% HP. Passive ability Ki plus 3, attack defense plus 90%. Attack enemies, attack defense minus 20% for two turns, and transforms when conditions are met. We'll talk about that in just a sec. Link skills on her: Android Assault, Metamorphosis, Battlefield Diva, Brainiacs, Fear and Faith, Big Bad Bosses, and Fierce Battle. She fits into androids and full power. Now, what you have to do to get her to transform, once you get to the 4th turn and you have 50% or more HP, she has a 30% chance to consume Cell and transform into her Berserk state, her evil transformed like Berserker state. Once that happens, you then get her super attack turns into causes immense damage to enemy and lowers attack and defense. And her health regen goes into her passive. Passive ability turns into Ki plus 3, attack and defense plus 130%, recover 13% HP at start of turn, and then she disables enemies' guards when performing a super attack. She is good. She's a very, very good unit. She buffs Extreme Strength a ton. If any of you guys have been having issues with beating Extreme Strength on Super Battle Road, she's probably your key to beating it. I actually just took on Extreme Strength last week. It's definitely worth a watch. I'll put a link to it actually at the end of this one in case you guys want to check that out and sort of see some really awesome stuff with this Android 21. Now, she does not have a farmable super attack. If I remember correctly, you are not able to raise her super attack with the free-to-play one because the free-to-play one has good in parentheses. You farm her as her scientist form. When you Dokkan Awaken her into her Android 21 states, her actual transform 21 state, she has good in parentheses, which makes it to where you can't actually farm up her super attack, if I remember correctly on that. But with that said, let's talk about the actual Intelligence Android 21, which is one of the best support units you can run for the Android cat. Matter of fact, I think she pretty much is the best support unit you can run for the Android category. Her leader ability is Android category Ki plus 2, HP attack defense plus 50%. She also comes with a new fighter story, so that's, in case you're wondering how you get her, she's going to be part of a new fighter story that will be introduced to the game. Super attack is causes supreme damage to enemy and recovers 7% HP. Passive abilities, Android category, allies, Ki plus 2, attack defense plus 30%. Link abilities on her, link skills on her. Why do I keep saying link abilities? I guess it kind of works. Brainiacs, Metamorphosis, Android Assault, Big Bad Bosses, Shocking Speed, Battlefield Diva, and Shattering the Limit. And she fits into the Android and Peppy Gals category. Now, she's so good with that Android category, Ki plus 2, attack defense plus 30%. And because of her and running Android 21, even if you don't run multiple Android 21s, you just run the one strength one and then this intelligence one. You don't say run 117 lead and 121 lead or run 221s or whatever. Because of the STR one and this intelligence one, and they're just sort of tankiness, the Android category just survives, man. Like, it literally does not want to go down at all. It just continually, you get back your HP from both the 21s, as well as if you're running the tech perfect cell. You then also have just incredibly high defense because 21 can tank really well, 17 can tank well, a ton of units on this team, like the AGL Super 17, all can tank really well, and this team just does not want to ever really go down, and it's awesome. So pretty quickly before we hop into the actual banner, let's talk about the Tech 16. He's also another just ridiculous tank that does not want to take damage at all. Leader ability on him is Type Ki, Super Attack Type Ki plus 2, HP attack defense plus 90%. Super Attack is greatly raises defense for 1 turn and causes supreme damage to enemy. Passive ability is attack and defense plus 80%, plus an additional defense plus 30% for every Android category unit on your team at a cap of 90%. It has a high chance to guard all attacks. You see what I'm saying now. Links are Gentleman, Android Assault, Tough as Nails, Mechanical Menaces, Revival, Rival Duo, Fierce Battle. It fits on the Androids and Resurrected Warriors categories. And top into the actual banner itself. Now, the cool thing about the banner is that you are able to summon for basically 2 Android leads here with the 17 and the 21. Also worth noting though, the 16 and the 21 get thrown into the general SSR pool, so if you don't pull them on this banner on your screen, you can get them later. It is a weird banner though. I mean, obviously you can see what they're going for there. They're trying to, the Tapion is such a weird one. That may change. Again, this is the JP banner. This could always change when it releases on global. The Tapion was such a weird pick because he doesn't fit into their categories, right? He's the giant category. So he does fit obviously Resurrected Warriors and stuff like that, but it's just kind of a weird banner. But you know, AGL Super 17 absolutely thrives on this. The Tech for Cell going to get Extreme Z Awakening soon on global, absolutely thrives on this team. Physical Android 17, what can you say, is like a top 5 unit in the game, top 5 TUR unit in the game. So the banner's all right. That's the banner. That's really all I feel like I can say about it. Talking about the actual event itself, it's a cool event. So the first phase, you start out fighting off the intelligence one, and that's the one that can be farmed up to raise the physical one super attack. Once you defeat him, you then go into a tech phase where it is his Dokkan Awakened Tech Android 17 from Dragon Ball Super. Once you get past that, that's when this event gets a little interesting. You then fight his Dokkan Awakened Tech form. He negates Ki Blasts. So if you're trying to fight him with a fully Ki Blast based team, you're gonna run into some issues. He does not have any sort of bar that you can eventually work down or anything like that. The entire time you're in this third phase, Ki Blasts are very ineffective against the 17. So you will want to include maybe not all, you know, physical fighting style units, but you definitely want to include some to be able to take this portion of the event down. He's also fairly tanky as well. And then once you can finally beat the third phase, you move into his fourth and final one, which is his physical state. He has a lot of defense. He doesn't negate Ki Blasts like the previous phase, but he has a ton of defense. So definitely worth noting there that generally what you might be used to seeing like 2 and 3 million damage attacks doing more like 800,000, 900,000 damage. So just worth to note there. Now, last but not least, we are talking team building. Now, we've already spoke about the Physical Android 17. As far as team building goes with him, and you're not going to run him on androids, he's a staple unit on Universe Alpha Saga, staple unit on Representatives of Universe 7, and absolutely staple unit on pretty much any physical team just because of his passive, guys. That cannot be stated enough. The All Allies Ki +3 and defense +60% is such a good passive, and his also ability to lower attack and defense with a super attack, not even just looking at him as a sort of link buddy and friend to the LR Goku and Frieza, just in general, he's just such a good unit that, you know, you see stuff like the STR Rose getting thrown onto teams that maybe he would normally be thrown onto. You see people like Turles getting thrown onto teams that you wouldn't normally throw them on just because their passive abilities and their sort of supporting ability to teams of any types here is crazy. And so that's why he's such a good unit. But if we want to actually focus down into just the Android sort of style here, the notable obvious units are the Physical 17 and the STR Android 21, just because they are the leaders. They offer so much, especially with my sort of already combo noting earlier, the intelligence one with the STR 21, both those combined, recovering HP so frequently for you from an already highly defensive team makes it to where you just really don't want to ever like die whenever you're taking on events, because they just heal you and you have high defense, and then you heal high defense, like it's just crazy. And obviously I made a video over this category. I remember a lot of people not being that hyped for it, and I was like, guys, this category is actually really, really cool. Like, I don't know why there's not more hype for this category. It is very, very neat. So, as I've already stated, the obvious sort of big ones here, Physical Android 17, the free-to-play Intelligence 21, I feel like will be on 95% of Android category teams because she's such a good off-rotating unit. And if you really wanted to, you could totally rotate her on main rotation. I have her rainbowed on the JP side. I'll probably rainbow her on the global side as well. She's a good unit. I know she only causes supreme damage, but her recovering 7% HP, 7% doesn't sound like much until you have 400,000 health, and that's like a crap ton of HP. And her ability to just boost anytime she's there is so good. And she links up really, I mean, she has big bad bosses. Like, that's awesome that they gave that to that unit. A super intelligence type unit having big bad bosses is so cool. The other ones here, finally, the LR androids have a category that they do fit on very, very well. You throw the LR androids linked up with, say, like AGL Super 17, you throw the Android 21 on an off rotation, and you've got this perfect sort of thing where the Intelligence Android 21 is boosting attack defense by 30%. The other androids are linked up pretty well. They're getting off probably their 18 key, and you're going to see them do some actually pretty decent stuff here it's great. It's actually great. I was pretty excited to be able to run the LR androids finally on a category team. As I just sort of stated him, the AGL Super 17 also finally gets a category and definitely excels on this category because it is a highly defensive category team. That's kind of sort of what it seems to be built around. Even though defense is its lowest boost, it's such a defensive category. It's awesome. The Tech 18, great here. The Tech 17, also great here. The STR Perfect Cell, you can find a decent sort of spot here too if you do not have the Tech one. Obviously, would recommend the Tech one over the STR one. The LR Cell should be coming out soon too. Of course, if you don't really like summoning for LRs, then that's not going to be an option. But the LR Perfect Cell, probably the next thing. Replacing what should have been the LR Bardock will now be probably the LR Perfect Cell next week or the week after. Obviously, great unit on this team. I mean, he's literally an LR android that can attack all or do a ton of damage to one single unit. Pretty obviously, he's going to fit on this team perfectly. And that's pretty much the notable units here. Now, that's the whole category you're looking at there. It is a decently large category. And again, when you're looking at categories like this that are boosting their percentages by so much, it doesn't matter too much what you bring. You're going to rock events no matter what. And especially since no matter what, you're going to be able to have at least the intelligence Android 21. Like, you're gonna be pretty good to go on this category. I personally enjoyed it a ton. I hope that now that it's coming to global, there will be a lot of others that will hop on and actually try out this category and be like, yeah, no, I do like this category. Nano was right. This is a pretty fun category to run. Anyways, guys, that is today's video. If you're new to the channel, enjoy today's video, all those things, consider going down the right now, hitting that subscribe button, and joining the hashtag NanoFam today. Consider slapping the like button as well. I personally enjoy doing this before you summons. I feel like a lot of people, you know, enjoy them as well. So, guys, if you did enjoy it, consider slapping the like button. Guys, have a great day. Keep on keeping on. Best of luck on your summons when you guys hop in. All those things. And I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.